Hi, my name is Al Green. Not that one, but the struggling guy who was in the music industry for years trying to sell talent and songs to agents. The agents befriended me and taught me techniques that I want to pass on to you through my program, which is called You Can Talk, You Can Sell. Anyone who has ever taken this program has excelled in selling and either risen to the top of their company, their team, or the top of their field. It's called You Can Talk, You Can Sell, and you can get it right here. Top salespeople who don't struggle anymore have earned respect and trust, not only from their prospective customers and their existing customers, but within the company that they work. So how do they do that? How do you earn respect and trust? It cannot be built overnight. There is no such thing as a new salesperson starting out and becoming a superstar in the first week, unless miracles happen, and it's been known to happen, but it's pretty uncommon. Let's just say that what you want to learn is how to build yourself up to the place of getting respect and getting trust. So let's start with respect. What kind of people do we respect? We respect achievers, people who have accomplished something, extreme creators that have pushed it through. If you've ever done anything where you have met with people that are self-made, and they created a company all themselves, and they propelled it and turned it into a fantastic business, you got to respect those people because they've done it. They've taken the risk and they've done it. There's people I know that are worth $1 billion that started off on a shoestring. And years come by, they get better and better at what they do. You have to respect those people. At least I do. Because at least they know what they're talking about. Those are not bad people to have mentor you also if you can find one. The trust comes from you being a person of your word and having the integrity that we talked about in earlier trainings. Trust comes when your customer knows that anything you say you'll do or that they ask you and you agree to doing, that you'll follow through. Trust can last for years and years and years. 15 years ago, I did a favor for one of my customers, and she needed this favor done every year about 5 or 6 or 7 times, and it was a little out of the ordinary, and she could never get anyone to come forward and do her this favor. In my market of trying to get more sales and more sales, I offered to do this favor. I kept that up for several years, maybe 4 or 5 years. And then I got promoted into a different arena and didn't have this customer anymore. Interesting thing is, about 10 years later, I needed a favor from this customer because of the type of market she was in. And I called her up, and she immediately gave me everything I wanted and told me I didn't have to wait in line, that I would be favored and at the top of her list. And she's going back, I don't know, maybe 12 or 13 years to when I took care of her. She trusted me, and so as a result, when I came to ask for the favor, that trust was still there. That's done by constantly performing, by always being available, by making yourself to be the best contact that that person has in relationship to the business you're in. Everybody wants to know somebody. Call my guy Bill. He's the guy, he'll take care of you. He always took care of me, and he takes care of everybody else. That kind of thing. And I wanted to have everybody say, call Al. He's the man. He's the go-to guy. Or the go-to person. Call Linda. Linda is the best person you're ever going to talk to at that company. That kind of thing. Now, how does that happen? Linda not only performed, but she got a reputation among customers in that field that all talk to each other. And a lot of times they all know the same salespeople, whether it's from your company or for your competitive company. But Linda always comes through, and she does things over and above board compared to what most people will do. It's such a simple thing to do, and it pays off so deeply. Linda has that respect. Linda has that trust. Linda can go back to those customers 5 years later, and they will remember her and still want to do business with her if she's still in the same industry. When you work on a level of integrity, you build respect and you build trust. Stay where you are and make it better. A lot of people like to job hop. They like to go from one job to another. Well, that only works if the industry allows for it. But nobody wants to know who the salesman of the month is. They want to see the same person who's there to represent them. They can always depend on that person knows what they're talking about. That person knows the inside people in the company, and that person will definitely take care of you. As a result of that longevity, and you're continually climbing up that ladder, that's how you build respect, and that's how you build trust. When you are highly regarded in your company, you know it. You give off that vibe to people. Everybody wants to know a winner. And believe me, nobody cares about the losers. They don't care about the salesman of the month. They want to see the same guy all the time. And when that person or that woman, and now when that person moves on, a lot of times it's to the disappointment of many of the customers. If you're a top salesperson and you hear a customer say, listen, you better not take a vacation because while you were gone, we couldn't get anything done because the person that filled in for you couldn't handle it. It's a bad thing, but it's also good for you because you've earned the respect and the trust. And if you've never heard that, then it's because you probably haven't been in your job long enough. These are the kind of things that people learn and they develop when they stay in a job for a long term. You want to make sure that you know exactly where you're going in your company. And if you don't have a drive to get to the top of your field, then really you're just kind of playing with it. You're not really that serious. People who are serious get places. They learn everything they can. They're willing to take leadership. They're willing to be led by leadership, and they're willing to be open-minded to hear new ideas. Everything that we teach you will not be a new idea. It'll be something that you can get just about anywhere. We're presenting to you what has been tried and true methods in our program that you can do, and you'll find exist in many other training places, including the books and the seminars that you might be paying attention to. The bottom line is it's not that difficult to build trust, and it's not that difficult to build respect. It just means that when you work diligently at your job, you will find that you will climb that ladder, and that right there you'll be getting the respect that you probably never thought you would get. The trust is what you want from your customers because people want to buy from people that they trust. I know if I call my friend Linda, she will never steer me wrong. She'll always tell me the bottom line, and she'll even tell me the bad news so I don't have to have a surprise on me. Nobody likes surprises, especially if it's bad news. But when it's laid up front, I know that you're looking for a delivery of 6 to 8 weeks, but due to the supply chain right now, we can't promise less than 3 months. That's going to disappoint and possibly cost sales. But if you're honest and they accept it, then what have you done wrong? If a person goes to you and say, look, I can get this for you, but it's going to take a while. And it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be possibly a month or 2 months or much, much later. Well, you know what? A lot of times the customer will say, I don't care. I still want it. I'm willing to wait. And yet how many salespeople are afraid? They fear telling the bad news to the customer. They literally are afraid of it because they're afraid it'll cost them the sale. An honest person goes forward and tells them the bad news, and they present it in a way like we have to work together on this rather than you're stuck. Nobody wants to get stuck. You don't want to surprise them by saying, I'll promise it. You'll get this by July, and then in October they're calling you going, where is it? Surprise, it didn't come in. Nobody likes that. You have to be honest about it. If there's a supply chain issue or if there is anything that's causing you to slow down, call your customers and let them know. Give them the bad news. because they appreciate that. That's part of more of that rapport building. Thanks for telling me, I didn't realize that. Well, okay. All right, I guess I'll, have to wait. I guess there's nothing else I can do, so, all right, we'll let it be. That's the good news. Keep that in your head, and just remember that to develop trust and respect is based on you. You don't earn it because of your position. You earn it by your ethic and your work. And it can be done in a rather quick period of time. There's shortcuts to everything, but don't try to take the wrong way out. We will cover that in the seminar, how to shortcut your time and build that respect and trust that you've always wanted, and you will see your sales skyrocket. It's been done hundreds of times, and it can be done again hundreds of times.